Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and to the start of another new reaction series. This one actually kind of snuck up on me, I'm not gonna lie. So tonight, it is 3:30 in the morning, I'm going to be starting watching and reacting to American Horror Story double feature. So, a little context and why this snuck up on me. I actually was not aware that this was coming out until 2 days ago. I don't know what I was looking at, but I was looking at something online and suddenly a like article or something about it popped up and I was like, wait a minute, that's a new season of American Horror Story starting? As you guys probably know, there's been kind of like a spin-off sort of show that's been going on recently that I actually haven't been watching. That's American Horror Stories. That's each one is like an individual story. So I guess probably they've been previewing this throughout that, but maybe I just, if I ever saw some preview, I just assumed it was connected to that, or I don't know. But suffice it to say, until a couple days ago, I didn't know that this was happening at all, let alone that it was about to come out. Now, I have watched, I think, every season of the core show, American Horror Story, except for the summer camp slasher one. I didn't see that one yet, so I'll probably have to go back and watch that at some point. But every other season I've seen, I think like a lot of people, I was drawn in and kind of captivated by the first couple of seasons, and really loved them. Murder House was really fun and different and an experience, and then Asylum was great. I loved it. That was my favorite season. I think overall that was my favorite, and it was crazy. And then Coven, I also really thoroughly enjoyed that. And then, you know, from then on out, the seasons have been kind of, I guess, hit or miss, ranging from some being, we'll say, really not so good, but maybe had a couple of moments or standout performances that still could kind of like draw you in, to flat out mediocre, just kind of blah, forgettable, to pretty good and solid, but with, you know, some elements, some missing pieces that maybe made it not so good as the first three seasons. So I feel like that ever since those seasons, we've all been kind of waiting for that magical season to bring it back. And so I'm really hoping that it's going to be this one, because even though I wasn't aware of anything about this season until a couple days ago, I've been looking into it, and it seems potentially really interesting. So double feature, I guess it's going to be split into two different storylines. And the first one is going to be encapsulated in like the first half of the season, and then it'll switch to a second storyline in the second half of the season. And I don't really know that much about the second storyline. I don't really know that much about the first storyline, but what I do know, I've seen from a trailer and from the still images, promotional images of the characters, and it kind of looks like they're doing like an homage to Stephen King stories. And that kind of feel is what they're going for. There's definitely Shining stuff, maybe some Salem's Law, and of course the whole coastal thing, very Stephen King main, you guys know. Anyway, so that's kind of what I'm hoping, because I'm a huge Stephen King fan. So that's what I'm going into this hoping for, and that's what's also kind of making me feel sort of optimistic, keeping my fingers crossed for this season, at least for the first half. Yeah, so I'm going to be starting this out tonight, 3:30 a.m. There's 2 episodes out currently. I'm not sure if I'm going to get through both of them tonight, but we'll see. We'll see. I've got my popcorn and everything set up like it was a movie, so I'm prepared to sit here for the 2 episodes if I am awake enough and everything. But we're definitely going to watch at least the first one, and I'm hyped for it and really curious and optimistic. So hope you guys are too. That's enough intro talk for me, so let's get into episode 1. Here we go.
Well, you know, creepy can be beautiful.
Spoken like a true writer.
Mm-hmm.
9.
What is...
What do you keep counting, sweetheart?
Roadkill.
What?
They're all over the road. I saw a raccoon and a possum and one that I think was a cat.
What
It's
started
weird
out
how it's
upsetting
more
me?
sad when a cat gets run over than a raccoon does. 10.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Dead?
Yeah, it's dead. Yeah.
Larry.
That was not a car accident.
I want to get Lime.
Or something worse.
Thought I'd get you out of the city.
I know. I'm really proud of us. It's the perfect place for you to work without distraction, for me to get some real experience. I think it's gonna be fun.
Me too.
I think it's gonna be like Seaside Shining.
Okay.
Don't say Baby Moon. What the?
Get the fuck out of here, fucker! Out of this town! They're gonna munch on your balls!
All right, Karen. That's enough crazy for one day. Go outside and scream at a tree or the bay or something. Jesus, Karen, get out, okay? You're not allowed to die in here.
Go fuck yourself, motherfucker!
What the fuck? Look at her.
Get out!
We call her Tuberculosis Karen.
Does she have tuberculosis? Because she looks like she has tuberculosis.
She has TB.
Yeah.
Smokes, 3 packs a day.
She looks like worse than just smoking 3 packs a day.
Wow, I'm from New York City. It takes a lot nuttier than that to face me.
Yeah.
I'm Mike.
I feel like you're gonna find
This is
it.
my place.
He's already freaking out about the writing? You just got there. This is not good. Oh no.
You know me, I love
Is it-
the energy of the city. There's always something surprising you around every corner, whether it's a crazy man. Window display.
Sir,
It's good to get a break.
are you a vampire? And why are you out in the day? If you are a vampire. Because you're looking like a goddamn vampire. You're vampire looking, you're in a graveyard, but it's daytime?
What's happening?
The man, he's chasing us! He's chasing us!
What's happening?
Bro,
Not much to do out here in the winter but complain and get high. Most of it's harmless. Break-ins, shoplifting. Ricker had a drive-by stabbing at a bike a couple of summers ago, but that was a real freaky outlier.
Well, this didn't feel harmless. He chased me and my daughter like some kind of wild predator.
yeah, and he had filed down teeth and came out of the graveyard.
I'm really sorry he scared you. My guess is that was all he was trying to do.
Yeah, this lady's lying. She knows. Might I recommend leaving town now? Maybe consider leaving town. Look at what the fuck just happened. They're gonna try and say it was an animal or something.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, he's back.
What could have made those wounds on those men?
My first guess is a great white.
Told ya.
I thought great whites migrated to warmer waters in the winter.
Well, I'll know more after the autopsy.
Plus, if it was a great white, you'd see more things like huge chunks out of the side or like limbs missing. Not just their guts pulled out, like disemboweled. Oh god.
Buy me a drink? No, thank you. I'm married to a woman.
These are all my regulars.
Oh my god.
Strike me as a angry top.
You do something to me that I can't explain. Hold me closer and I'll feel no pain. Every beat of my heart, we got something going on. Tender love is blind, it requires a dedication. Heart is love, we
He's like, this is very atmospheric. This is maybe some good material.
You need a positive review.
Oh my
We're
god.
fellow travelers, warriors of words, soldiers of syntax, pugilists of prose.
Writers.
Mm.
You could tell I was a writer just by looking at me.
No, but who the hell else moves out here for 3 months?
I'm Austin Summers, better than average playwright.
Oh, stop being an asshole and thinking humility. You're as modest as Narcissus himself.
Mm.
Austin has 3 Tonys and a Peabody.
Holy shit.
My name is Sarah Cunningham, but I write under the pseudonym Belle Noire.
Oh shit, you're Belle Noire.
Oh god, he knows them.
Don't tell me you like romance novels.
Fun created here.
So basically,
Just love an Aperol spritz in the wintertime. It's breaking all
they're
the
gonna
rules.
play all this shit up about how this is a great
I could
place,
really use some of the
to be
inspiration
inspired
you
to
guys
write.
Seem to have on tap.
And that's gonna make him not want to leave when all the bad stuff's going down.
I'm having some writer's block, if I'm being totally honest.
Well, that won't last long.
Oh! He got it!
I'll give you 300. I suck you, or you don't get shit. How's that for a deal?
Okay, she's a vampire.
Just do it quick.
She's a vampire!
I'm going to hell for this.
Is this a baby?
Soul for greatness. I know I did. But it takes a pretty miserable piece of human garbage to sell it, just to get it close to greatness. I don't do this to be close to you. Of course not. That would be too poetic. You do it for this. I do it because you promised to protect me from the others. Whatever helps you sleep at night, sweetheart. Now hand over the bag.
You're gonna give her a baby to eat? Where did you get a baby?
Now scram!
Myself, how is he doing it? And all I knew is that he spent his winters here, and when he returned to the city, he had a stack of new material as long as my Johnson. He invited me out here one winter, and when I arrived, he handed me one of those tragic, magic little black pills. Within an hour, I was banging away at the keyboard like Amadeus at his harpsichord.
No.
You're fucking with me.
If I was fucking with you, I would have told you to take them rectally. But I'm telling you, those pills. You a real writer?
Oh, come on.
I like to think so.
I don't think you are. Because if you were, you wouldn't care what the price was for getting uncorked. You'd rather die and keep all of those wonderful words bottled up inside of you. Take the pill, Harry. Or at least try it.
Daddy crossed the line, my dear. He crossed the line. It's over now. Alright, well that was the first episode, and yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna push through and watch the second one because I really want to know what happens next, which is always a good sign, right? If you're like, man, I don't want to take a break. I want to keep watching. Yeah, so far I'm very pleased. I think that some of my pre-show watch predictions proved to be fairly accurate. I I think that this definitely does seem very homage to not even just like Stephen King himself, but Stephen King style, I guess, horror and atmospheric sort of stories. Yeah. Obviously the setting component, obviously the writer and particularly The Shining is very much a heavy influence here, and it's gonna be. And then of course you have the vampires, which another major Stephen King story being Salem's Lot, and Salem's Lot also is in a little kind of town like this, and yeah, there's lots of things here that really kind of resonate with that. But it definitely is done in like an American Horror Story type way, so it's got that homage thing like most of the seasons do to some sort of classic horror, whether it be movie or books or genre. But it's not so like clear and direct. There's obviously differences in the feel and the atmosphere and the story type telling itself. I will say, I do think it's interesting. There were a couple of things that were like American Horror Story style pure madness. There's Sarah Paulson's character when she first showed up, and the startling and get out of town, and like the dramatic over the top nature of the way that she looks. And then of course the vampiric guys that when they first appeared and like standing outside the house kind of like twitching and shit, that's all very kind of like, sometimes I don't know how to explain this without saying that sometimes American Horror Story has visuals that are really extremely over the top and you're like, oh my god, what is this? So there was that, there were moments of that, but it wasn't too much. And I think part of the problems with some of the other seasons is sometimes it would be too much. There were some elements of that here, but then also I would say for the most part, the feel of this was very reminiscent of kind of like the earlier seasons. This is, so far, I know it's just one episode, but so far this is really what I was hoping for. So that's kind of why I want to get into the second episode right away too. So you guys will have to let me know what your thoughts are as well. Are you happy? Do you feel like this kind of has the potential to be sort of like some of the earlier seasons? You know, what do you like about it so far? What do you think about the performances so far? I'm really pleased with the performances. Curious to know more about these characters. I'm really curious to find out more about the vampiric situation here, because it clearly isn't some sort of simple you get bit and then you drink blood of someone else. There's these pills involved that clearly is gonna like start leading you down this road, and there must be some reason that some of them want to recruit more. But at the same time, then we directly see some blood drinking. And then I'm also very curious about the differences. Like I said, you see like Frances Conroy out there who's acting like she goes through life as this prolific writer. And then she hires Macaulay Culkin to let her drink his blood. So you have that, and she's very composed, and she's having a fucking baby brought to her for slaughter. Really fucked up. That's definitely gonna stay with me. But then on the other hand, you have these other ones that are very much seeming like wild animals, right? The one guy comes out of the graveyard, and in the day, so again, I'm curious about that too, but he comes out of the graveyard and he's acting like a wild animal, chasing them. We see instances of animals with their throats pulled out, those murders that supposedly were committed in a town not that far away were animalistic. The guys washing up on the beach with their guts pulled out, and then how they are standing outside the window and the one comes in and attacks him. That's very different. So I'm really curious about what is the difference between them and why do some end up like that and some do not. So all questions that I think that we'll potentially have answered throughout the course of the first half of this season that focuses on this storyline. And then of course there's the creepy daughter too. I'm still like the roadkill thing was no, my dear, no. But yeah, I really enjoyed the first episode, so I'm gonna wrap this video up here now so that I can jump into watching the second one. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Hopefully I will see you next time. Bye.